A panel member sits on hearings, suitability and investigation panels and makes decisions about the future of registrants for the EWC.
Wel, fel aelod o'r panel, ydym ni yn penderfynu ar yr achosion sydd yn cael ei dwyn ger bron. Aelodau'r panel sydd yn penderfynu, ond wrth gwrs ydym ni'n cael arweiniad clir gan y swyddog cyfreithiol, a da ni'n dilyn canllawiau sy'n cael ei gosod i ni gan y cyngor.
Okay, a panel member, you receive the bundle 2 weeks before the hearing, you read through the bundle, you look at the allegations, you cross-reference where there's evidence, then we go to the hearing and we listen to all the evidence and we come to a conclusion based on the evidence that we receive. We also do investigation committees where when new evidence has come, new referrals have come in, and we look at whether it should go forward to a full hearing. And we also do suitability committees for workforce members who want to join the register.
A panel member is there to listen to fitness to practice cases, to evaluate evidence, and then to decide on whether that person is fit to practice in the education workforce.
I wanted to be a panel member to get a deeper insight into the work of the Education Workforce Council and to contribute towards decisions about the future of registrants that would have an impact on learners in Wales.
Wel, o'n i'n credu fod gweithwyr yn y maes addysg yn cael ei tanbrisio, ddim yn cael ei gwerthfawrogi yn ddigonol, ac o'n i'n credu bod o'n bwysig bod yna gydnabyddiaeth teilwng i'w statws proffesiynol. Ac o'n i'n gweld hwn yn fodd i godi ymwybyddiaeth, i godi lefel proffesiynoldeb, ac hefyd i sicrhau bod yna atebolrwydd clir am y proffesiynoldeb hwnnw.
I think I wanted to be a panel member because it's all new learning. I've learned so much about how Education Workforce Council and regulatory bodies work, but also every time we have a new case, I'm also learning about how I can reflect on our own practice in school as well. And it's also really interesting work.
I wanted to be a panel member because I thought it would be an amazing professional learning opportunity moving forward. I get to see so many different policies, different schools, etc. And I get a really, really good insight into the education workforce.
Because it's really interesting and it's very rewarding. You get to know so much more about the teaching profession, the wider scope of that. You meet some great people who are very knowledgeable, and you get to meet people who want to teach, and you can help towards those decisions.
Wel, dwi'n credu bod o'n bwysig yn gyntaf o ran dyletswydd cyhoeddus, ond hefyd dwi yn credu y dylai unrhyw un sydd â chonsern am ddyfodol y proffesiwn fod yn barod i wneud cyfraniad i gynnal y proffesiwn hwnnw.
I think it's really important for registrants to be panel members because we need the workforce to represent us in the Workforce Council. As panel members, as committee members, we need to make sure we've got the whole range of FE, work-based learning, youth work, teachers, head teachers, so we represent in our own profession.
I think I would encourage registrants to be a panel member because you get so much high quality professional learning from being a panel member, and you get to see an insight across Wales of what's going on in the education workforce. You get to keep up to date with developments with the Welsh Government, and you also just get to meet other professionals and network very professionally across Wales.
Okay, you get loads of support. You get support from training days, from other panel members, from legal advisors, from committee members. Everyone's really helpful.
Wel, da ni'n cael cefnogaeth ardderchog, da ni'n cael cefnogaeth gan swyddogion y cyngor sydd erbyn hyn wedi meithrin cryn arbenigrwydd yn y maes yma. Ond hefyd, da ni'n gallu tynnu ar gefnogaeth cyfreithwyr arbenigol iawn sydd yn lliwio ni ac yn tywys ni drwy'r holl broses.
We get lots of support. We always have legal advice. They're very, very good, the legal advice that we get. And we get support through before the hearing starts. We get support from the EWC officers. If we need any support during the hearing, we have the EWC officers here, and we always have a debrief to look at the learning that we can take forward to the next case. We also have annual training days where we all meet and we look at regulations, we look at we look at what we've learned over the last 12 months.
When I was at first appointed as a panel member, we had initial training, which was looking very much at legal stuff, looking at the process of being a panel member. After that, we got to observe cases, got to sit on cases as an extra panel member, and then we were fully fledged as a panel member moving forward. We then have an annual training day where we catch up with legal issues that are emerging, we catch up with what's going on with the Education Workforce Council, and we look at decisions that we've made and analyse how consistent they are across. We get full support from the EWC officers to help us with all our cases, and every case we sit on we have a legal advisor which keeps us on the straight and narrow moving forward.